I'm Carl Anthony with AutoSens TV, and we're here at AutoSens Brussels 2019 at the AutoWorld Museum, speaking today with two gentlemen. First, Charles Sevior, the CTO of Dell Technologies, and Jan Wiegelmann, who is the CEO of AutoVia. Gentlemen, great to be with you both today.
Hi Carl, and it's great. This is actually our third year at AutoSens, so we get a lot out of coming to this show.
And Jan, a pleasure. It's the first time we've interviewed you here for AutoSens TV.
Yes, it's the first time, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's quite an interesting event, yes.
So let's start first. So tell us a little bit about Dell Technologies, Charles.
So it may be a surprise, but Dell Technologies is the leading IT infrastructure vendor into the ADAS and autonomous driving R&D sector. So these companies who are collecting massive amounts of data from test vehicles and simulation data from different processes, and then developing machine learning, deep learning, hardware-in-the-loop testing, a lot of that is taking place on Dell Technologies storage, such as Isilon, and also using our large high-performance computing grids, often together with NVIDIA, who is also a close partner of ours.
And same question to you, Jan. Tell us a little bit about AutoVia.
So AutoVia is a startup from Germany. We're working together with MHP, Porsche and Volkswagen, and our main focus is data analytics for autonomous vehicles.
So now, what we were talking about off camera, Charles, is just how big this market is. How large is this market, and where does Dell Technologies fit into that?
It's a large market, and in the earlier session, in the conference session, we heard a lot about the investments in this area. I think they estimated many billions of dollars of investment. Now, part of that involves R&D and development of new algorithms, and so what we're seeing from an infrastructure perspective is the need for very large on-premise and cloud investments in IT technology. So for example, just for storage alone, Dell Technologies, we believe we've exceeded an exabyte of storage into this category, and we have a number of customer projects that will be in the multi-exabyte region.
And as far as the challenges go that come with organizing all of that and sorting it all out, tell us a little bit about the challenges that you face every day.
So the infrastructure challenge from a storage and management perspective is huge. How do you do that with the greatest performance, but in the most cost-effective way? But the data processing is the other part of it, and Dell Technologies does not do all of those software tool chains. That's where we rely on our technology partners, solution partners like AutoVia.
Yes, as Charles said, the problem is autonomous vehicle collected terabytes of data per day. If you have a fleet of 50 or 100 vehicles, you collect a petabyte per day quite easily. Then you're using hardware infrastructure like from Dell, but also you need to solve the data processing pipeline. So that means there are challenges in copying the data, converting the data, and crunching the data in a parallel way. And this is what we solved. So we have a software solution that helps to bring down this development cycle from weeks to days, and we can crunch petabyte of data in less than 24 hours. And that helps the engineers to get fast feedback, to accelerate development and improve the algorithms, and to make, in the end, the car more safety.
Yeah, so really the software and the hardware work together. Many people consider hardware benchmarks as being a traditional test, like how fast is this server? The real question is, how quickly can I complete a project? How quickly can I validate this function and have a safely operating vehicle? That's a parallel processing task, and our infrastructure is designed from a hardware perspective to accelerate that parallel multi-thread process. And the software from AutoVia, working with the customers who are using TensorFlow and Spark and all of these machine learning and deep learning algorithms, they work together.
So that's the perspective on the hardware. So Jan, the perspective then on the software that Charles was talking about. What are your thoughts there?
The main issue is you have in the space of level 4 and level 5, you have a tremendous amount of edge cases. So it means you collect a large amount of data and need to test the data, you need to test the edge cases, and you need to go through, as Charles said, of exabyte of data. And this is a hard challenge. So the data doesn't fit on your laptop, you need to do it in a data center. And in the end, if it's on-premise or in the cloud, you have data processing pipelines and solutions that crunch the data, and as I said, in less than 24 hours, that you get very fast feedback, and then you accelerate your development speed. So this is the big challenge there. And also to cut the costs, because when the service is not running weeks, but just days, you get faster feedback, and then you also save money.
And so we've kind of covered this in so many words, the cost reduction, the better feedback, the quicker time to development. But just to reiterate one more time, let's say that I'm an engineer, I'm here at AutoSens, and I come up and I speak to you two gentlemen here. Why is that beneficial for me as an engineer in the field? Why are these things beneficial? How does that affect me then when I go back home to my lab or to my team? What is the benefit that I take home?
So actually we had one of those conversations about 10 minutes before you turned up. I won't name the company who was asking the questions, but here is an engineer who is focused on machine learning and developing algorithms coming from their company's test vehicles that are running on the road actually here in Brussels. And what Jan was able to explain is how to increase the efficiency of processing of that data in the R&D process. So if you understand what we're doing, we're not providing technology that goes into the mass-produced volume vehicles like some of the other companies here who are doing sensors, for example. We're providing the technology that accelerates the development of the complete autonomous driving algorithm.
And Jan, to add to that.
Yes, I think the main point is in the last 10 years, companies spending billions of monies, and in the end, autonomous driving is not solved yet. So there must be things that we need to do there to solve the space. And one thing that we would like to solve is to accelerate the development, to make it more safe, and also to cut the costs, because you don't want to spend another 10 billions to solve this problem, autonomous driving. So this is the reason why a bundled solution like software and hardware, very optimized for large data processing in the cloud, in the data center, is the way we think is the right solution.
So Charles, kind of an observation here, just as a common everyday person, as a consumer, when we think of Dell, like I think back to when I was in high school. My very first computer was a Dell computer, a Dimension XPS, I believe, Windows 95, right? And then a Dell laptop. And so I think a lot of people just think that Dell is a computer manufacturer, but it's clear that you're involved in a lot more than that. The company has evolved tremendously. So give us some perspective on that for consumers who may not be aware that Dell is involved in this autonomous infrastructure.
Well, autonomous driving is one of many areas of industry development that pushes the boundaries for IT infrastructure. Many others, semiconductor design, development of large genomic sequencing solutions so that we can cure cancer, solve illness problems, all these sorts of things. So Dell Technologies is the umbrella company that embraces some of the world's best known and largest IT brands, such as EMC, or most of VMware, security companies like RSA, SecureWorks, cloud native development companies like Pivotal. So in total, Dell is the largest technology infrastructure provider in the world today. And Michael Dell is actually here in Europe at the moment, talking to many of our customers about our leadership position, being number one in most categories of storage. As you say, mobile workstations, networking in many different areas. Yeah.
And a similar question to you, Jan. The average consumer may not be aware that so many companies like yourself, smaller startups, are involved in this autonomous driving vehicle perception technology arena. So just give us your perspective on partnering with a company like Dell Technology and being a technology partner. Just give us some perspective on that.
I think it's a very good win-win situation. For us, it helps us to enter the market and to bring our software stack on hardware infrastructure that Dell provides. And also it helps Dell to also accelerate and extend their service offering, not just mainly a hardware solution and specific stuff of software, but a solution for the end-to-end process, an end-to-end solution in this area. And this, I think this makes very sense.
Yeah, I mean, really, Jan and his partners, business partners, technology partners, is a little bit like you in your dorm room those years ago. He's come up with some fantastic ideas, released a lot of new technology on GitHub, in open source, that's the way these startups and these new ideas work. And it's our privilege to be able to partner with companies like AutoVia.
And gentlemen, it's our privilege at AutoSens TV to interview you both. I want to wish you, both of you, good luck going forward. Have a successful conference here in Brussels, and we'll look forward to talking to you either in Detroit or next year in Brussels at this time.
Or Hong Kong, which is my neck of the woods.
Or Hong Kong, November 2020. So we'll put something on the calendar. We'll look forward to talking to both of you gentlemen at that time.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Carl Anthony with AutoSens TV speaking today with Jan, who is the CEO of AutoVia, and then with Charles, the CTO of Dell Technologies, two companies coming together in this vehicle perception technology space. For more AutoSens Brussels, for more AutoSens TV, like, subscribe, and share.